Warning. This program may contain material of an explicit or graphic nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting undead from the B Ward, this is Mortem. I'm Don.
And I'm JD. And today, we're going to bring you our top 5 rednecks.
Rednecks.
The good old boys.
That's right.
Queefer. It's very interesting you bring up the old Queefer.
Yeah?
Because he's going to come up in my first bit of horror news.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, Queefer Sutherland will star in an upcoming remake of a movie that he was in.
Oh, yeah, I read about
Flatliners.
that. Yeah.
So
It's weird.
That is really weird. So he can't be the same character.
No, this is a remake.
It's going to be directed by...
He's going to play Julia Roberts' part this time.
Yeah. It's going to be directed by Niels Arden Oplev, who directed The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the original version.
Okay.
And starring Ellen Page from Juno and American Crime. You ever see that American Crime?
Yeah.
It's like The Girl Next Door, same story.
Right.
But not as well done, but yeah, still pretty good.
Yeah.
And Diego Luna.
I like Diego Luna. He's a good actor.
So it might be okay after all with the Queefer attached to it. But,
Yeah.
he's not... He's a hit or miss to me.
Yeah.
You know?
He's kind of a D-bag, but he's in some good things.
He's got some stupid fucking ears.
Yeah, he does.
He does. He has some retarded ass ears.
And a name like
Queefer
Sutherland.
Which today's top 5 redneck won't take too kindly to the Queefer Sutherland around these parts. So,
Flatliners? More like fat asses.
yeah! Okay. So, that's about all I got to say about Flatliners. So there's not much out there on it other than that, but...
I like the original. It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's really good. Kid with the hockey stick.
Yeah.
What you got this week?
So on September 5th, Relativity Media is going to be releasing a long-delayed horror movie called Before I Wake. It's directed by Mike Flanagan, who made Absentia, Hush, and Oculus, and written by Flanagan and Jeff Howard, and they worked together to write Oculus also. And it stars Kate Bosworth and our good old friend Thomas Jane.
All right.
Yeah, so that's, Bosworth's a pretty good director. And working with, or not Bosworth, Flanagan, and working with Jeff Howard, Oculus was a very underrated movie. And
yeah, Oculus was actually pretty good, I thought.
And Tom Jane pulls it out. I like that guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I missed.
So this movie is a story of a foster family who takes in a little boy whose dreams manifest in reality when he's asleep. His good dreams are full of wonder, but his nightmares are horrific and have actually killed people in the past. So it looks like it's going to have really cool special effects. In the preview that they released, there's it's Christmas, and there's all these butterflies flying around, but their bodies are Christmas lights, and they look real. And then there's creepy ass nightmare shadow creatures with weird eyes that are
that's cool.
crawling out from under his bed.
Yeah.
You can see the preview on YouTube, and they also recently posted it on Bloody Disgusting and iHorror.
Okay, cool.
So I think this will be a good return to supernatural horror after following Oculus.
And Hush was not supernatural.
Yeah, it was not supernatural, and Hush had its flaws, but direction-wise, it was good.
Yeah.
So I think
it was all right. Just I think the writing was the major thing.
It's a bad script.
Problem. Yeah. So sweet. Well, I'll be checking that one out.
It looks like it's going to be hitting theaters too. So,
okay. Cool.
It'll actually be something.
Maybe we'll actually go take the show to the theater.
Take it on the road.
We can do a live podcast from the theater. Won't people be very upset at that?
No, yeah, they'd be fucking
We're
pissed.
in the theater doing a live podcast.
I'll be in a neck brace after tomorrow, so I could wear my neck brace there, and people won't see shit. So they won't say shit.
Are you going to be in the whole Halo or what?
No, it's just a soft brace. I'm going in at 6:30 in the morning, getting my neck cut open, and getting my back fixed finally.
You're not going to look like the guy in Fight Club at the bar. You're in her last Tuesday.
the screws in my head and all that.
Yeah, well, that's probably the best news.
Yeah.
That's not horror news. That you're finally getting your surgery.
Yeah, man, it was a fucking thing. So, since we're talking about news and since it came up, I just want to talk about something fucked up that happened to me. Like, if any of you guys follow me on Facebook, you know that, like, this whole thing has been an ordeal for me because I've been dealing with my insurance and it's been a nightmare. They approved the doctor, but they wouldn't approve the facility, so I had to fight them for 3 weeks to get them to approve the facility. Finally get everything hammered out. And I go to Santa Barbara on Thursday. My doctor calls me Wednesday and says, everything's hammered out, everything's good, can you get surgery tomorrow? And I was like, all right, cool, I'll do what I have to do, I want to get this done. So I take a day off work unpaid. I get my dad to drive me all the way to Santa Barbara, which is a 2-hour drive from where I live. And I get there, and I get in there, and I sign all the paperwork. I get everything going, and then the assistant comes in and goes, there was an irregularity on your EKG when you had your pre-ops, and the doctor isn't going to operate on you. Or the anesthesiologist wouldn't put me out. So I have to go all the way back home after that fucking wasted-ass day and go to see a cardiologist, which I saw the next day. And he looked at my EKG, gave me a new EKG, and was like, well, you have a wider-than-average chest, which means you have denser-than-average chest walls.
Some double D.
Yeah, big titties.
They got some big titties, sir. Yeah. We can't get proper. Your moves are preventing
not moves.
The EKG.
No, my ribs are too thick, so it makes a weird little ping on the EKG. And the cardiologist was like, did the anesthesiologist even look at you? I was like, no, he never even came out and, like, saw me. And he was like, all he had to do was look at you for 1 minute and know that's what was causing the irregularity. So, like, I'm totally clear now. Everything's set. I'm going to go. I'm not going to give the anesthesiologist shit until after the surgery because I don't want to piss him off. But afterwards, I'm going to be like, you motherfucker.
You anal anesthesiologist.
Yeah, you cost me an entire day of my life plus money, all because you couldn't take 1 minute to come out here and be like, oh, this guy's big.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Dom really doesn't have giant moves. I was just joking. He's just tall.
Yeah. Barrel-chested.
He's barrel-chested. He's a man. Man. Now you're a man.
Actually, the doctor used the word mesomorph. That's like the technical word to describe how I'm built.
Sounds like it's...
it sounds like a fucking caveman.
Alien.
Yeah, like an alien or like a caveman alien or something.
All right, well, some real-life news, too. Not necessarily horror-related, but pretty horrific.
Yeah.
You know, everyone is obsessed with that new fucking Pokemon game.
Okay, where's this going? I'm curious now.
Yeah. Fuck the Pokemon, first of all. Second of all, well, my daughter likes it, so that's okay.
Tsunami likes it.
Tsunami likes it. Tsunami was catching Pokemon all day in my fucking front yard.
Yeah.
Well, one 19-year-old Wyoming girl, Shayla Wiggins, was walking down by the town river trying to catch Pokemon when she found a partially submerged body a few feet from the shore.
Oh, shit.
She found a body instead of a fucking Charmander.
Dead guy, I choose you.
She tried to capture it, too. It's like, it's not going. It's not working.
Throwing Pokeballs at it.
It'd been there less than 24 hours at the time she found it. So somebody killed this dude and dumped him off there. What if she was trying to catch Pokemon and witnessed the body being dumped in the lake?
It'll happen eventually, someday. You said this was in Wyoming?
Yeah, people are going to fucking crash their cars. There's going to be a lot of Pokemon-related deaths going on.
Yeah.
So they haven't released any more information on who he was or what happened to him, but you can guess that he didn't just go swimming on his own there in 2 feet of water and drown.
Right.
So probably some foul play.
Wow.
So, fucking Pokemon.
All because of Pokemon.
All because of Pokemon.
When I was,
you got little kids getting their phones jacked because they're wandering into the ghetto with their iPhone. Little rich white kids.
And it's not actually that the people jacking them want their phones. They just want to steal their Pokemon. When I was in high school, we used to always like joke that Wyoming sounded like a verb because it ends with ing. And so we determined that Wyoming is actually the act of masturbating with your feet. So every time I hear the word Wyoming, that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Some of our top 5 rednecks are very well versed in Wyoming.
Wyoming. Gonna go Wyoming.
All right, well, you got one more thing?
Yeah. Independent film director Rick Gowell, spelled Gawel, has released an unlicensed fan film mockumentary called Michael Myers' Absolute Evil. The faux documentary portrays the events of the Halloween franchise as though they are real, and though it acknowledges the existence of the films as a dramatic retelling, it treats everything as though it actually happened. So they're bringing in actors to like play the little girl in the first Halloween, but she's all grown up and traumatized now. and like they bring in all these peripheral people, like the FBI agents that were investigating Michael Myers and like all this stuff. And it talks about. I actually watched it. It was pretty good, especially for a fan film. It talks about all of the movies as though they actually happen, even like the later kind of lame ones with like the Curse of Thorn and all that. And the way they present it in the documentary with the FBI agents and everything actually makes those lame movies sound way more interesting. And then in the final act of the movie, they go on to tell a couple original stories about copycat crimes where people were like trying to reenact the Michael Myers murders, and then also like more current events that the Cult of Thorn has been involved in. And the whole thing was really well done. All the actors were really good. There was only one actor who was kind of not convincing, and you're like, okay, this is fake. Other than the fact that, like, obviously the Halloween movies never happened. But the attention to detail on it was really, really good, and it's something you can check out for free on YouTube. Just look
I'm going to check that one out. You sent me the link, and
Yeah.
I had to wait for data, and then I forgot, of course. But I'm going to check that one out.
Yeah, just look up Michael Myers documentary. It's cool.
Last week we did the top 5 movies you wish you had a sequel.
Yeah.
And I went into my epic crossover.
Yeah.
All my crossover.
Bill and Ted and all
Bill
that.
and Ted and Deathgasm and all this shit, right? So I was just thinking about it right now when you're talking about Michael Myers. I would like to make our own fan film where Michael Myers is killing people, and it's a Halloween plot, except for it's Michael Myers like Wayne. Like Wayne's World. Michael Myers. It's just Wayne killing people.
Or he's like doing all of his different gimmicks when he murders people. Showing up like Austin Powers.
Yeah. Fuck Austin Powers.
Yeah.
It's all about Wayne Campbell. So, all right, I got one more thing. New horror comedy from Dominic Hartle is set to premiere at Fright Fest Film Festival in London. It is called Attack of the Lederhosen Zombies.
Nice.
That's my cup of tea, right?
Yeah, that's right up your alley there.
Yep. So when a this is the actual synopsis. When a pro snowboarding dude takes a practical joke too far, he loses a lucrative commission, his girlfriend, his job, and everyone's respect. Winning any of those things back would be easier if he and his friends weren't stranded in a high alpine ski tavern surrounded by drunken people celebrating the longest night of the year. When the drunks start rapidly turning into zombies, our hero is in a serious danger of losing his sense of humor.
Okay.
I saw the trailer. It looks gory as fuck.
Nice.
It reminds me of Dead Alive.
Okay.
Because it's like a horror comedy that's gory and
Super splatter.
Gonna have some jokes. Yeah, super splatter.
Okay.
And I'm pretty excited for it. So
Awesome.
Again, it's called Attack of the Lederhosen Zombie.
Nice.
All right.
Is it an American movie or is it foreign?
They were speaking English, but it sounded a little weird, and there wasn't a lot of language in the trailer. It was more like action in the trailer, so I think it might be foreign. The guy's name sounds foreign. So
Yeah.
I'm not really sure on that. So
You ever watch Dead Snow?
yeah,
That's a good movie.
yeah,
I like that one.
I actually was just talking to my kid about it. I need to rewatch that because people talk about it a lot, and it just didn't hit me as being so awesome like some people say. So I need to rewatch it, revisit that. Maybe I was distracted when I watched it.
I really like the second one too. It's not as good as the first, but it was still pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back with our good and bad movie of the week and our top 5 rednecks. And based on Dom's little anecdote, our rating system this week will be Wyoming foot jobs.
Sweet.
So we'll be back after a quick word from our sponsors.
Hi, thanks for listening to the Postmortem Podcast. If you want to support us, go to our website at www.postmortemshow.com and click the Amazon link.
By clicking on the Amazon banner, Amazon will give a small percentage of the purchase price of your item back to the Postmortem Podcast at no additional cost to you. That's right. It doesn't cost you any money. We get money. You want us to keep doing this? You want more Doug Jones talk? You want more dick and fart talk? I don't care. We're going to do it.
Fund our filthy, filthy habits.
Yes, and they are many and they are fast.
And most of them aren't legal.
Yes. Click the banner. Just do it.
Come on, don't be a dick. Give us money.
It's time for the good movie. And the bad movie.
That can only mean that it's time for the good movie and the bad movie.
I think that is what that means.
It's exactly what it means. And I think we've said that exact same thing on a previous episode.
We're 22 episodes deep. We got to recycle some jokes.
It's not even really a joke, just an observation. Yeah. But I have a pretty good movie, and I have a terrible movie.
Okay, mine were kind of like in betweeny, both of them. So I'll go first this time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let you wow us with your terribleness. And...
Baba, you may proceed, sir.
So my bad movie is a 1996 Chinese exploitation movie called Ebola Syndrome.
Ebola Syndrome?
Yeah. Directed by Herman Yao. And so...
Herman?
Herman.
Not a lot of Chinese Hermans.
Yeah. This is
not a popular Chinese name traditionally.
This is the Chinese Herman. Probably the only one. This movie's kind of a fucking mess. So the story is basically you got this guy named Kai, and he's kind of a dirtbag. And in the beginning... He's like, I try to give like a snappy synopsis for movies usually, but I can't with this one because it's too much of a fucking mess. Yeah. So I just got to kind of like go through it. So it starts out with this dude fucking a chick, and it turns out it's his boss's wife. And his boss comes home, catches Kai fucking his wife, and is like, I'm going to kick your ass. He's got a thug there with him that's going to like kick his ass too. And the wife's like, oh, he raped me. And the boss tries to make Kai tries to cut Kai's dick off with some scissors, and Kai's like, no, I'll do it myself. and he takes the scissors and he kills his boss, and he kills the boss's thug, and he kills the boss's wife, and he does it all in front of their daughter, who's a child, and then starts pouring gasoline on her like he's going to set her on fire. And
kid?
Yeah. And then a neighbor comes in, like, hearing the noise, and Kai bails before he kills the daughter. And he goes to South Africa to go to hide from the police. And he's working with and living with his brother who owns a restaurant. And his brother's wife is kind of a bitch and like always talks shit to him and like degrades him and stuff.
Not a lot of Chinese movies set in South Africa.
Yeah.
Or with people named Herman.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of firsts in this one. And they go to get some pork for their restaurant, and the South African dude who's like white Dutch is jacking up the prices for them because they're Asian. And so they have to go to some Zulus and buy pork from them on the cheap. And
street pork.
Yeah, no, this is like tribal pork. Like these are Zulus with like bones through their nose and shit.
Oh, so they kill like wild boars?
Yeah,
and they buy that. Instead?
Yeah, and while they're driving back from getting the pork from the Zulus, there's the car breaks down, and Kai and his brother get in an argument, and Kai like storms off to go blow off some steam, and he's walking around this lake, and he sees a Zulu chick on the ground passed out, and he decides he's gonna rape her because he likes her big black tits. Like, that's what he says.
This movie seems ridiculous, but, like, funny.
It tried.
Okay.
Like, yeah, and I'll get into that a little bit. So he rapes her. While he's raping her, she spits all this white shit out of her mouth at him. And his brother finds him and, like, takes him home. And he starts getting sick, and they bring in a doctor to check him out. And the doctor's like, well, he's got Ebola. and they're like, is there anything...
He takes one of those little...
stethoscopes.
I can't say it.
Yeah.
Stethoscope.
Stethoscope.
I can't say it.
Yeah.
Stethoscope.
I
said it.
Yeah.
And he just puts it up to him, and then he says, "You have Ebola, sir."
Pretty much.
No test or anything.
Yeah.
Listen to his heart rate.
Yeah, listen to his heart, takes his pulse, looks at his throat with one of those popsicle sticks.
Puts a Q-tip in his dick.
Yeah.
You have Ebola, sir.
You have Ebola. and they're like, is there anything we can do about it? And he's like, well, it's incurable, but like 1 in 10,000 people don't die from Ebola. They don't exhibit any of the symptoms, but they're carriers for it. And then he like fucks off and goes somewhere. And the brother's wife is like, well, let's dump him in the woods, because if he dies here and the cops catch us with him knowing that he's on the lam, like they're gonna arrest us too.
Yeah.
And Kai wakes up while she's talking about that, or the brother leaves to go do something, and she's on the phone talking with someone else, like trying to plan it out. And Kai wakes up and hears her say that, and he gets pissed off and he beats the fuck out of her and he rapes her. And then his brother comes and like catches Kai raping his wife and tries to stop him, and he kills his brother.
A little rapey.
Yeah, he's pretty rapey. Rapey Kai, that's what they call him.
Rapey Kai.
Yeah.
You know that guy that killed the dude with the hatchet? This is a tangent. You know, Kai, the hippie guy that was like...
Yeah.
And he killed the guy with the hatchet?
Yeah.
Oh, I took the hatchet and I was like, boom!
Yeah, exactly. It would be a lot funnier if it was that guy.
How old are you? I can't call it.
We should remake it with that dude.
Yeah.
So after he kills his brother, rapes the wife, kills the wife, grinds them up into hamburger, and serves them to the people at the restaurant. And because he fucked the wife before he ground her up, he gave her Ebola, so everyone who eats at the restaurant gets Ebola. I
think I need to see this movie.
In the midst of all of this, the daughter, who is now a grown-up, of the boss that he killed back in China, because this is like 10 years later, comes back.
Is it dubbed or subtitled?
It's subtitled.
Okay, good.
She sees him and like goes to the police, and the police don't believe her that he's the guy. And then he gets wind of that, so he leaves Africa and he goes back to China because he finds out the little girl goes back to China and proceeds to go all over China trying to hunt this girl down. In the process, unintentionally spreading Ebola everywhere that he goes.
Okay.
And that's basically the movie.
Through rapist delivery.
Through sneezing on people, through breathing on them.
Just a bunch more rapes
Yeah,
occurred.
just raping fire hydrants, dogs, cats, all kinds of shit.
Fucking inanimate objects.
It would have been way better if that's what it was. But yeah, no, it's just him going around like sneezing on people and shit.
Wow.
So it's like I said, it's kind of a mess. There's too much going on at once, and it's so chaotic that you can never appreciate one thing. So like, it takes a bunch of things that should be really fucked up when it happens, but then lessens the value by just like jumping to the next thing.
So is it played serious?
It tries to play for laughs, but then like in the rape scenes it plays serious.
Like it's like brutal.
Yeah, but then they try and make him funny again after you see him rape someone. And like, I'm not the kind of person that thinks rape doesn't belong in movies. Like, there's people out there who are like
Irreversible and shit.
Yeah, you know, Irreversible, or even I Spit on Your Grave, you know, where there, like, 2 of 3 things has to happen. The person, it has to like cause someone to develop as a character.
The protagonist usually shouldn't be the rapist,
right? They should never play up for laughs.
Yeah,
and the rapist should always get their comeuppance. Well, he does get his comeuppance, but the other 2 things don't happen. They try and make him funny afterwards, and it doesn't develop anyone because they just get raped and killed.
That sucks. Well, clown rape is kind of...
Clown rape's kind of...
You ever seen that movie Vulgar?
Yeah.
The clown gets raped.
Movie, yeah.
That's kind of funny, though.
Yeah,
that's a funny rape thing, because it's a clown getting raped.
Yeah, it's totally a clown.
I'm going to make hate to you, clown.
I'm going to make hate to you.
I'm going to make hate to you,
I've that
clown.
line so many times in my life. So, also the other problem is almost all the deaths happen off screen. Like, if this movie would have been excellent if they took out the rape element, increased the splatter element, and just made it a comedy.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't need to rape anyone to be the bad guy. He could have been the bad guy without doing that.
He could, just by killing his brother and all that shit.
Yeah, and putting them in the hamburgers and all that. Like, there were little nuggets of things that were good.
Is there a good guy?
Sort of. The daughter that
he's trying to kill.
But the problem is, she's just a fucking whiny, crying basket case through the entire fucking movie. She's useless. Kid. She's totally useless. Yeah, she's not as bad as the Babadook kid, no, but she's fucking useless.
Yeah.
You know, and it just like you want her to die by the time the movie's over. You know, she's one of those, and everyone in the movie is either like evil, a douchebag, stupid, or whiny and useless. Those are the only characters that exist in this movie. There's no one that you can like latch onto and be like,
unlikable characters.
Yeah.
We said it before. We'll say it again. You know, you have to have some likable characters.
Yeah. You know, I mean, there were a few funny parts, like, you know, Kai, before he goes and rapes the Zulu woman, like, he's always talking about how, like, he can't even get hookers to, like, have sex with them because he smells bad. Like, that's a running joke through the whole movie is Kai stinks, so hookers won't even have sex with him. So at one point, his brother is fucking the wife character, and he's, like, listening through the wall, and they live above the restaurant, so he goes down into the kitchen and, like, gets a piece of pork and fucks the piece of pork. while he's listening to them have like this ridiculous, they call it Superman sex. Wow. And like that part was pretty funny. And then he like puts the pork back in the fridge, and when some patron at the restaurant complains about their meal, like he gives them the jack off pork instead. And so like
jack off pork. If it wasn't Wyoming foot jobs, it would be jack off.
It would be jack off pork. So yeah, this movie dropped the rape angle, upped the ante on the gore, and went for full-on gross-out laughs instead of trying to be this weird combination of hard-boiled and comedy. It would have been way better.
What's it called again? Ebola what?
Ebola syndrome.
Ebola syndrome. I'd never heard of this.
Yeah, I hadn't either. And I had looked up a list of fucked up... It's actually how I found out about that Come and See movie. I looked up a list of fucked up movies, and Come and See was number 1 on that list.
Yeah.
But there were other ones on there, and that was on there, and a couple other ones that I will be reviewing later.
I gotta check it out. I mean, I know it's your bad movie of the week, but I kind of gotta know. I kind of gotta watch it.
It's like a train wreck,
yeah.
I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of 10.
Okay.
So
not the worst movie.
Wyoming Foot Jobs.
Wyoming Foot Jobs.
Yeah. Not the worst movie, but fatally flawed.
Yeah. Well, my bad movie this week is also fucking fatally flawed.
Okay.
And it disappointed the fuck out of me. I knew it was going to be bad by the previews. Like, I tried not to. I try not to watch movies that I know are going to be bad to review because that's not what we're
Ouija experiments.
No Ouija experiments on my side. But I heard of this movie called The Darkness, 2016.
Yeah, I saw that movie.
You saw it too? Mm-hmm. Okay, the reason I watched it was directed by Greg McLean, who made Wolf Creek. Mm-hmm. What the fuck?
Yeah.
How can you make Wolf Creek and then make this pile of shit?
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
Starring the great Kevin Bacon. Mm-hmm. People say what they want, but I like Kevin Bacon.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I love Death Sentence. Did you see that movie Death Sentence?
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, even Mirrors was a decent movie that he was in.
That was alright, yeah. Stir of Echoes?
Yeah.
Good?
No, that was the one that I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's
Mirrors was Michael Keaton.
Mirrors was the fucking Queefer.
That's
Queefer
right.
Sutherland.
That's right.
The Return of the Queef.
Return
making his second appearance on this podcast. Of this episode, I should say, because we've talked about the Queefer before.
Yeah.
The Woodsman. You ever see that movie, The Woodsman, where he's a pedophile?
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon. It's really good. Tremors and Flatliners, which we also talked
yeah.
about. And it also stars Radha Michelle, who was the mom in Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, competent actors. Family returns from the Grand Canyon vacation, haunted by an ancient evil they have unknowingly awakened and have to fight for their survival. So basically, some teenage kid tells the son of the family that the place is haunted, and about a minute later, the brother falls through the ground into an ancient tomb.
Yep.
Like, hey, this place is haunted. Oh, okay. Ah!
That'd be like if in Poltergeist it was like, hey, we discovered an Indian burial ground, and all of a sudden, like, a ghost with like a feather in his hair comes up going, oh!
Yeah. So, very convenient. He finds some rocks on the ground carved with primitive symbols and thinks, hey, I should just dig these out, remove them.
Take them home.
Yeah, take them home. You know, they look like they're like put here for a reason, but fuck it.
Sound decision, white guy.
Yeah. After they return home, he begins talking to his new friend Jenny, who only he can see. The kids in this movie suck. The son is a little bitch. He's kind of like that Babadook kid we were just talking about.
He's pretty bitchy.
But there's something wrong with him mentally that isn't explained. The daughter is a fucking cunt. She is a cunt. She's a complete shithead to her brother and sasses her parents. She even tells her dad calmly, get the hell out, when he goes into her room. Get the hell out!
Sasses them.
What the fuck? I would smack the shit out of that girl. She's also in her 20s playing a teenager, which is expected but always annoying.
Yeah.
After all her attitude, when she hears some weird noises in her room, she comes and sleeps in her parents' room like she's 3 years old. What the fuck?
If I did that when I was a teenager, I would never have lived it down.
They would punish you by fucking and making eye contact with you?
Yeah, the whole time.
You want to sleep in my room, son? Huh? Go to your bed! Go to your bed!
That's probably what my parents would do, actually. Yeah, sounds about right.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to bring up sore subjects. Her mom catches her making herself puke. She tries to talk to her, and she attacks the mom. She's confronting her about her eating disorder, so she starts attacking her mom. The dad breaks it up and shuts her in her room. Just goes, puts her in her room and shuts the door, but does absolutely nothing.
Go to your room, you bulimic bitch.
Yeah, what the fuck? So this daughter...
You know what this movie lacked?
What?
Hank Skinny.
Yeah.
Hank Skinny would have solved their problems.
So the daughter needed her fucking comeuppance for this to be better. That daughter should have died.
Yeah, for sure.
Spoiler alert. So...
Or been subject to Hank Skinny.
Yeah.
Like he has to take her to prom. Like if the movie just totally sidelined and she had to go to prom with Hank Skinny. And that was the rest of the movie.
So Kevin Bacon and Radha Michelle are competent, but not great in this shit stain of a movie. They try to save it, but it's nothing more than a collection of bullshit jump scares. I didn't realize it was PG-13 when I started it. But nothing was happening. I knew something wrong about 20 minutes in. There was no decent gore, no nudity, just jump scares and stupid fucking handprints. I have no idea how Greg McLean directed this or why this movie came out.
Maybe
and
he was
was
drinking.
not credited as Alan Smithy.
Yeah.
Should have been directed by Alan Smithy.
Yeah.
Remove your name from this fucker, Greg McLean. How could you? How could you? Being a fan of his, how could you?
It's like a betrayal.
It's a cash grab. He got paid a lot of money to do this.
It was
shit,
a slap in the face.
It was. IMDb gives it 4.1. I think that's fucking generous.
Wow, that's pretty fucking generous.
Yeah, I'm going to give it 2.1, and I think that is me being generous.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? It had a couple decent elements, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
The parents were alright, but beyond that, this movie was fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it 2.1 Wyoming foot jobs.
That's what that sounds
So
like.
it has to be self-done.
Not necessarily.
Because you said it's foot masturbation.
Yeah, but like
so
someone else could masturbate you.
you have to do like a lot of yoga.
Or have a really big dick.
Yeah,
Or
I
two,
guess, yeah. So, Zulu dick.
Wyoming Mandingo.
Wyoming Mandingo. That sounds like an awesome exploitation movie.
It does.
Wyoming Mandingo. All right, so that's the bad movies of the week.
Take off your shoes, baby. I'm going to make hate to your feet.
We need to cleanse our palate.
Time to bring in the good movie.
We need to bring in the good movies.
All right. So my good movie is a pretty good movie. It was definitely above average. It's a 2011 psychological horror movie called Comforting Skin, directed by a guy named Derek Franson. And the story is that Coffee is a deeply insecure woman with body issues, social anxiety, and a few other psychological problems that are unnamed, who has been repeatedly used and abused by bad boyfriends. She's kind of isolated and very lonely, and she decides to go and get a tattoo to help boost her self-esteem. It works at first, but her obsessive nature brings the tattoo to life, and it becomes her new abuser.
Yeah, I've seen this movie. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's definitely unique. It's one of those
Very
things,
unique.
like concepts like that movie Rubber, where it's like,
Yeah.
whoever thought of this, what the fuck?
Yeah,
You know, but
I
it's
love
cool.
Rubber too. Rubber's a great movie.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
You know.
It was really interesting. It was a slow burn, and it really went more for that like sinister sense of looming than anything that was overt and in your face. The acting was good. Victoria Bidwell, the girl who plays Coffee, is not conventionally attractive, but she, especially like when the tattoo starts taking her over, she kind of exudes this sexual energy that like makes her hot.
Yeah.
Like this, especially in the scene where the tattoo fucks her.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, she's like,
You know what? I think I watched this, but I don't think I watched all of it. I think I remember watching it because I
Okay.
remember the tattoo thing and I remember the name.
Yeah.
But I don't remember all everything about it.
Okay.
So.
There's a scene where like it's when the tattoo first starts talking to her, and it's actually her own voice, but like they modify it so that it kind of sounds a little bit different. And the tattoo starts kind of moving around her and like goes towards her crotch, and she basically just like starts rolling around on the bed and like moving around like she's having sex.
Yeah.
But it's just the tattoo running all over her,
Oh.
and it's like it's really fucking hot when she does it.
Actually, I kind of remember that.
Yeah. And the special effects in the movie are minor, and it's mainly centered around the tattoo moving around her body. And it's digital, but they're done really, really subtly, and it looks good to the point that like I thought it was stop motion at first.
Uh-huh.
And then like I kind of went back and watched some of the scenes a little bit slowed down and was like, oh wow, no, that is digital, but it's really, really good. The psychology in this movie, and this is why I liked it so much. The psychology of abuse in the movie is very, very real. The tattoo really takes on the role of the controlling narcissistic abuser, and it's dead on how it's portrayed, with like the emotional manipulation and the gaslighting and all of the other methods used. The writer-director definitely did his homework on that. But when it talks about her other psychological issues, he never specified anything. So when she starts going a little bit crazy, it doesn't have to be anything precise. And if you're not a psychologist, that's how you have to do it.
Exactly, because like you said before, a couple movies you talked about, they don't understand these disorders they're making a fucking movie about.
Yeah.
So don't say anything about it.
Just say, something's wrong with her. And then it can be whatever the fuck you want. Make it a plot device. I'm totally fine with that. Just don't say that, like, she's schizophrenic and then try and narrow schizophrenia down into one, like, simple symptom when there's so much more to it. The movie does have some pacing issues. There's some scenes that felt out of place, like almost like they were edited together in the wrong order. But I think that was mainly an advent of the fact that the director is new. And I think once he gets a few more films under his belt, he's going to be an awesome storyteller. So it definitely has some outside of the box thinking, good acting, good directing and psychology, and some interesting subtle effects. It's a compelling, though slow and occasionally clunky story. And I'm going to give it 7.5 out of 10 Wyoming foot jobs.
7.5 out of 10 Wyoming foot jobs. So the way I like to think about it, that's like a size 7.5 foot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, mine was a 2.5, like a little midget baby foot.
It's like a midget
You can't even
foot.
jack you off properly.
Right.
It's just like just some toes.
Yeah.
Just baby toes trying to get jacked off by two baby toes.
You.
Not baby like actual
right.
human baby, but the baby
Yeah,
toe.
the pinky toe.
The little
Yeah,
toe.
yeah.
We're not going dark places.
No, we're not going.
Okay, we
anywhere
are.
dark.
We've
with
created a
this
new
midget
genre.
foot job.
We've created a new genre for Serbian film to newborn foot fetish.
You.
Ah, God, I need to reevaluate my life decisions. All right, my good movie, streaming on Amazon Prime now for free. It's 2014, directed by Stuart Simpson, starring Glenn Maynard. It's an Australian film, centers around ice cream man named Warren. It's called Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla.
Never heard of this.
I never heard of it either till I saw it, and it's awesome.
Okay.
This guy, he deserves some kind of award for his acting ability.
Wow.
The guy who plays Warren, he is awesome. He's the most sympathetic, pathetic character that I've seen in any movie, horror movie or otherwise, in a long time.
Wow.
He's very pathetic. He reminds me of a combination of Lionel from Dead Alive and the guy from District 9. He looks like that guy from District 9 that starts turning into the alien.
Yeah.
So,
Wickus.
yeah. Wickus, yeah. He's obsessed with the soap opera starlet. He watches the soap opera religiously. So, he's constantly abused and bullied by a local pimp till one day he snaps. Pimp comes up and says, "Give me a strawberry, you cunt." That's how he orders his ice cream. And after one lick, he says, "It's fucking delicious, you cunt," and shoves the entire ice cream cone. This actor really did this. A whole ice cream cone with one scoop. He eats it in one bite. He shoves it. He licks it, and he's all, "It's delicious, you cunt," and then shoves the whole thing in his mouth, and he's like, "Ah."
That's awesome.
It is pretty awesome. So then he just walks away without paying. His life changes when the main character of the soap opera that he's obsessed with comes to his ice cream truck. His obsession intensifies, and she becomes the focus of his daily video diary he records in his shitty apartment in between work days.
Okay. Like a YouTube kind of thing?
No, like with a camcorder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's designed like that, but it's when you see it, it's got like the timestamp and shit, like it's a shitty old camcorder or something like that. So, as the abuse from the local townspeople and the pimp and his family increases, he begins to lose his grip on reality. Like I said, he's one of the most sad, sympathetic characters I've seen in a movie in a long time. It's a good example of how to make a movie on a small budget that entertains and evokes emotion.
Nice.
Warren has a good heart, but everyone takes advantage of him, either stealing, short paying, beating him up. Movie is constantly building, waiting for him to snap, waiting for a big blow up. I really like the soundtrack as well. When Warren watches TV, he sees himself in the show. Like he's watching the soap, and he'll become one of the actors. You know, cool. in the show.
Yeah.
In addition to being obsessed with the soap opera girl, he's obsessed with Clint Eastwood and sees himself becoming like a Clint Eastwood-esque hero. Like he has a bunch of like Clint Eastwood posters and stuff like that, and he envisions himself like confronting these people as Clint Eastwood, like the Man with No Name series, Clint Eastwood. So it's not really a typical horror movie, more of a disturbing character story.
Okay,
deeply disturbing. But it is gory at some parts. There's not a lot of violence, but when it does happen, it's extreme and very well done.
Nice. That's how I like it. Like when it's quick and explosive and kind of
That's
shocking.
the way it is, and out of nowhere. And it, like I said, it's not a typical horror movie, more of a disturbing movie about this fucking ice cream man. Again, it's called Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla. IMDb gives it a 5.6. I would go with 8.6. Wyoming foot jobs.
Wow.
With strawberry syrup and whipped cream on top.
Slippery.
Slippery, but I like it. Why do I keep getting sprinkles stuck in my urethra? All right.
Piss and glitter sprinkles afterwards. Cool. I want to check that out.
That's it's on Amazon Prime. Do you have Amazon Prime? Yeah. All right. Yeah, check it out. Yeah, it's like I said, it's available for free now. It's a small little movie. I want to see more from this director.
Nice. Is it his first movie? Do you know? Or
Stuart Simpson is his name. I cannot remember. I looked him up, but I can't remember what else he made. Nothing that I had heard of.
Okay.
And the actor's name is Glenn Maynard. Again, the guy who plays the Warren is Glenn Maynard, and I want to see him in some more shit too.
Nice.
So he knows he's a great actor. He nails so many different things between being pathetic and a mental breakdown. Nice. He plays crazy very well.
Nice.
So
it didn't never feel like over the top or
no.
Like
it gets to be like to where it's like whoa, but he's a good actor.
They build up to it as opposed.
They build
to
up to it. Yeah,
have him go Jack Torrance all of a sudden.
You start to you don't realize that he's crazy till halfway through the movie.
Okay,
you know
he's just sad and pathetic until
yeah, but it kind of creeps in more and more and more, and then escalates.
Nice.
So, all right. Well, that was the bad movie and the good movie. We'll be back with our top 5 rednecks. Rednecks. America. America. The Good Old Boys. After a word from our sponsors.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday! It's SenCal Professional Wrestling, Wrestling, Wrestling!
Sunday, August 21st, SenCal Pro returns to the Graduate at 990 Industrial Way in San Luis Obispo, California, featuring a battle royal to determine the first ever SenCal Pro heavyweight champion.
Tickets are available at sencalpro.com.
Come, come!
And we're back! Yeah! The top 5 rednecks.
Shooting off guns in the air, fucking pigs, balls deep in a squealing sow, firing an assault rifle.
They took our gigs!
They're gonna take our kids!
Building walls around these parts. Trump Tuesday 2016. Make America great again. Trump 2016. Wyoming foot jobs for everyone.
That's a platform I can get behind.
Alright, so rednecks. This was a fun category.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Mostly from memory. I mean, I didn't really do a lot of research on this one.
No.
There's plenty of rednecks.
Yeah, I always do a little bit of research just to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, someone that you really want to put on your list. I think we probably will have some crossover on this one.
I think so too.
Especially, I think my number 1 will be on your list somewhere. If it's not, I would be a little surprised.
Okay.
So, all right, you want to start us off?
Sure. My number 5 is Jesse Hooker, played by Lance Henriksen in Near Dark. He's a vampire, but he's redneck as fuck.
Redneck vampire.
Yeah, straight up. Living in a fucking mobile home with aluminum foil over the windows, and he's a total redneck family man, kind of borderline racist.
Redneck vampire.
Yeah.
That's a good good little movie that needs to be made. Redneck vampire.
Yeah, there hasn't. Other than Near Dark, I don't think there's been a lot of redneck vampire movies.
Yep. So, all right. Anything else you want to say about him?
Yeah. Good movie with a shitty ending.
Yeah. My number 5. A lot of people probably don't know about this, but I know you've seen it. Dead and Breakfast. Remember that movie, Dead and Breakfast?
Great movie.
Great comedy horror movie. And it needs to, if you haven't seen Dead and Breakfast, check it out, guys. Do yourself a favor. My number 5.
Musical horror comedy movie.
Yeah. That's where my number 5 comes in. My number 5 is gas station attendant / musician, Randall Keith Randall.
Yeah.
Randall Keith Randall at your service.
Not Randall Keith Orton, but Randall Keith Randall.
Randall Keith Randall.
Yeah, I love his fucking hillbilly rap with the banjo and all that.
Yeah, he's got songs. He's a plot device to where. So basically, this movie, Dead and Breakfast, is a comedy horror movie, and this redneck guy. The first time you see him, I don't know if it's the first time you see him, but he introduces himself. He's a gas station attendant, and he tells people about the hoedown and all that.
He's the narrator, basically.
He's basically the narrator. He pops up in musical form every once in a while with these little country songs. One of them is like a rockish song. One of them he raps.
Yeah,
and he's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's real funny.
Yeah, I love me some Dead and Breakfast.
And the music is actually really good.
Yeah. And he's you can tell he's an actual singer-songwriter, and they must have just known this guy, because I don't think they wrote this shit for him. I think he wrote it.
Yeah, probably.
Just, to help him along or something.
Yeah. Or, like they have this idea, and they know this guy, and they're like, fuck, he'd be perfect for this. Let's give him some spotlight, and I wish he would do more.
Yeah, I could handle a Dead and Breakfast, too.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right, number 4.
My number 4 is Victor Crowley, played by Kane Hodder in the Hatchet movies.
Yep, he's on my honorable mention.
Inbred mutant redneck with retard strength who makes an art out of killing people with power tools.
Yeah, and the gore in Hatchet's awesome.
So, the gore is what carries that.
Yeah,
movie
the visual effects are great.
Yeah.
It's not that CGI bullshit. It's just creepy,
practical
stuff.
fucking splatter.
I need to see Hatchet 3. I haven't got around to that one yet.
It was a Hatchet sequel. I mean,
number 1's the best, probably. I would imagine.
None of them would be good movies without Kane Hodder in the gore.
Yeah,
but none of them are great.
They're not great, but they're definitely worth seeing.
They're definitely entertaining and definitely bloody as fuck.
I can't remember the guy that made it, but I had it on the previous Good and Bad movie. The same director, he made that movie Digging Up the Marrow.
Right.
What was his name again? Do you
I don't remember. Yeah. No. But that was the documentary.
The documentary, and he's in it and stuff. And and he pokes fun at himself.
Yeah, and he's a creative writer, creative director. I like how he sort of built the urban legend around Victor Crowley before he even introduced him.
Yeah, exactly.
Something that they whispered about. That's a good horror movie monster that has a little bit of a legend behind him.
All right, my number 4 does not come from America.
Okay.
We have a redneck that's not American.
Ah.
But he comes from a continent, which is also a country. And it has quite a lot of redneck people in it, if you think about it. Australia.
Yeah.
Mick Taylor in Wolf Creek.
Yeah.
He's a redneck, that's for
he's
sure.
redneck as fuck.
He's redneck as fuck, and he's awesome. I love Wolf Creek.
Oh, yeah.
And when they had that sequel come out, I was like, damn, they're going to ruin it.
And they didn't.
And it was good.
Yeah.
It was a good sequel.
Yeah, they really held their own with that.
That's something we need to talk about in the future, is top 5 sequels.
That are good, yeah.
That are actually good, you know.
Though I do want to talk about top 5 shitty sequels, too.
Yeah,
that's fun.
That's a good one, too. Worst sequels?
Yeah.
There's
some fucking doozies.
I have yet to watch the miniseries, but I will be checking that
Yeah.
out. So, because he's reprising his role, so. All right, number 3.
My number 3 is a tie, but from the same movie. Tucker and Dale, Alan Tudyk and Taylor Levine, and Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
All right.
They're just good old boys who get caught in a real bad situation, and everyone thinks that they're the killer rednecks, and they think the people that they're accidentally killing are a killer cult. It's a good little splatter comedy, and I'm a big fan of Alan Tudyk. I like everything that he's ever done, even the fucking when he was in the Transformers movie, and that was a shitty movie, but he was good.
Transmorphers?
Transmorphers.
Transmorphers. These robots are taking our jobs.
Taking our Jerbs, turning into our goods.
My dad worked at the factory for 57 years. He was replaced by a goddamn robot.
Goddamn you, Optimus Prime.
I bet you were not made in America, Optimus Prime. You probably were imported from Japan. We don't need you foreign robot trucks taking our jobs.
Taking our Jerbs.
All right, my number 3 is Optimus Prime. No. But my number 3 is Dennis Hopper as Lefty in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Fuck yeah.
That's an ass-kicking redneck.
That's an ass-kicking redneck and a hat with 2 chainsaws.
In a movie full of rednecks.
Oh, yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah.
Notoriously redneck. Leatherface himself. You have all of them. They're a redneck family.
Yep.
The Sawyers family. And Dennis Hopper, though, as Lefty. I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. People say, oh, it's fucking comedy, because the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre is so dark and serious. Number 2 is a complete comedy. It's like spoofing itself.
They flipped the coin on you. I mean,
it's basically spoofing itself. So people were disappointed when it came out because they didn't get what they thought they were going to get.
Right. It was a great movie, though.
Looking back, that one where he's on the van and the car's driving and he's got the body in front of him and he's swinging it around.
Corpse puppet,
yeah, little corpse puppet. It's a good movie. Yeah. I like it. It's funny. All right, so number 3,
number 2. Oh, okay. My number 2, Captain Spaulding, Sid Haig, House of a Thousand Corpses, and Devil's Rejects.
Yeah, he is a redneck clown.
Cannot fuck with Captain Spaulding. I even love his performance as Captain Spaulding in the House of a Thousand Corpses DVD menu.
Oh yeah,
like where he just like talks shit.
Yeah,
and you can watch it for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and it's just Sid Haig being, well, shit the bed. You're there with your fancy pants, and then he just starts getting meaner and meaner and meaner. And he's a surly motherfucker.
I like in Devil's Rejects where he's having that dream that he's fucking that girl, and she's about to kill him. He wakes up to his fat girlfriend.
Yeah,
he's like, "Fuck you, bitch!" And he just bounces out on her to go back to his family. What the fuck? What? Captain Spaulding standards.
Yeah,
Moment Firefly wasn't as bad. You know, is that
not at all. She had her
chunky one. Yeah. Are you gonna give me some? I love Captain Spaulding. All right, number 3, Captain Spaulding. We all know who that is. My number 2 is a minor character because the movie itself is a collection of stories. Creepshow. Stephen King playing Jordy Verrill.
Oh yeah,
when he gets the moss on him, he goes and touches the fucking comet, gets the shit on him, it starts spreading, and eventually he has to take his own life.
Kind of a poor, pathetic, sympathetic character.
He is, and he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
he could be on the top 5 idiots.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Top 5 stupid people.
Stephen King plays it well because he's got such a weird face anyway with his big buck teeth and all that. Like he did a very good job. I never really think of Stephen King as a great actor, but he at least played that part great.
Yeah, he did very well on that, and I love Creepshow.
Yeah,
and that one's funny. I mean, when I think about redneck, when I thought about this category, he was one of the first things I thought about. His fucking overalls and shit in his shack.
In a shitty shack, yeah.
Yep. Number 2.
Number 1, actually.
Number 1?
Yeah.
Number 1. Duh.
Yeah. My number 1.
I don't do math good.
I need no counting.
There's counting. That's what the Japs do. I don't need no fucking abacus. No abacus around these parts.
I don't even know what an abacus is.
I don't even know what an abacus is. Don't be telling me about no abacus.
I'm just saying the words. Occasionally I get it right.
Oh, God.
My number one are Vincent and Ida Smith, played by Rory Calhoun and Nancy Parsons in Motel Hell.
Okay,
I
good.
fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
And I love
Pig
how...
mask.
Yeah, the pig mask and all that. And I love how, like, at least Vincent tries to, like, play a little bit sophisticated, but every time something goes wrong, the fucking redneck comes out of him.
Yeah.
And he just goes nuts and slaps his sister around and chokes his wife and puts a pig mask on and tries to chainsaw people and takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent's fritters. And Ida's just your
Farmer Vincent's fritters.
Ida's just your typical, you know, fucking gluttonous Midwest woman, you know, eating constantly and you know, always has some kind of food in her hands, shoving chicken legs down her own throat and shit. Great characters.
Yeah, Motel Hell's a good one. If you guys haven't seen that, that's something. I'm sure you've seen it, but
A lot of
if you
people haven't though. You know, like
it's not. It doesn't get the press that it deserves.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't really come up on a lot of lists or on a lot of.
I got it on a $5 DVD that had Motel Hell and Deranged, that really early movie about Ed Gein on it.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's not
Is it
good.
good? No.
It's not good at all. No, but Motel Hell is great. I mean,
Yeah.
it was definitely worth the $5.
Yeah, for sure.
It's got Cliff the Mailman from Cheers, and he's in that band Ivan and the Terribles, and their singer looks like a fucking Cossack with a big old beard and a Russian hat.
Have you seen his Masters of Horror?
No,
Oh no, that's the mailman. I'm thinking of George Wendt. He's not the mailman, is he?
no, he was
No, it's
Norm.
the other guy. Yeah, Norm from Cheers is in Family, the Masters of Horror.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a good
I
one.
saw that one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Cool.
He's dissolving bodies in acid in his bathtub and shit.
Nice.
Yeah. Pretty sweet. So, my number one, we talked a little bit about Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. One of my favorite, other than the first and the second, I would say all three of these movies are a tie as far as my Texas Chainsaw Massacre favorite movies. Number one, number two, and The Next Generation.
All right.
People hate on it.
I
But
like
it's
it.
got one of the greatest rednecks ever. Vilmer.
Vilmer.
Played by Matthew McConaughey with his robotic leg.
Yeah. Constantly losing his shit.
Constantly losing his shit. Just fucking great character.
Yeah.
The whole family, of course, is... And Leatherface is a cross-dresser in that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of played up the Ed Gein role, trying to make the woman suit and all
Yeah.
that. And you know, when he's serving him dinner, he's got like pearls and an apron on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good, and Matthew McConaughey killed it.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people, Renee Zellweger with her resting bitch face.
And then the weird Illuminati plot and the guy with his nipples.
Yeah, his little pierced side nipple.
Yeah.
Showed not some side boobs, some side nipple.
Yeah.
That's rare that
Yeah.
you get some side nipple.
Motherfucking freak.
Yeah.
I actually had a 0, and my 0 was the entire Sawyer family.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
And
it
you know,
could be.
It didn't even fucking dawn on me all these years, and like, I like to think as, you know, a person who's written lyrics my whole life and writes, you know, stories and stuff. I'm pretty good at playing with words. I didn't even fucking realize that, like, Sawyer, S-A-W,
Yeah.
duh.
Saw.
Yeah.
Yep.
When
Saw
I-
his family.
When I typed it down, the Sawyer family, I was like, holy shit, 36 years, and I just figured that out. This is one of those retard moments, I guess, but...
Right over your head.
Yeah, the whole Sawyer family are just great fucking horror rednecks. They
Yeah.
really they molded horror rednecks around those
Yeah,
guys.
and redneck horror is a genre.
Yeah.
It's an actual genre.
Oh, yeah, for
you know,
sure.
And they are the pioneers of
Yeah.
redneck horror.
Yeah, I mean there were movies before them, but they really did it the best because they really made that.
They
shit
brought it
insane.
into the mainstream and made it a thing.
Yeah.
Where you go to that backwoods place, you might not ever come back.
Yeah, you might get raped and eaten, but maybe not in that order.
And you won't be able to take our jabs anymore.
You got honorable
Evil
mentions?
Obama with your Obamacare.
Obama
I don't care
is
about
the
you,
Antichrist.
Take your fucking abacus back to the White House. We need to make the White House wild again.
You weren't even born in America, you Muslim.
I hate rednecks. I really do. That's why I love this list so much. 'Cause I fucking hate rednecks. All right. So, honorable mentions.
I got the mutant cannibal hill folk in The Hills Have Eyes. The cannibal Nazi innkeepers in Frontiers.
Yeah.
They were redneck as fuck.
They're a redneck, yeah.
Inbred Cannibal Mountain Men and Wrong Turn.
There's a lot of inbred and cannibalism in Rednecks.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you got to.
I liked Wrong Turn. People
Yeah.
don't really think about it being a good movie, but
It's
I like
really
how
fucking
each one of them
gory.
had their own little like superpower.
Yeah.
And then in one of the sequels, Henry Rollins gets like directly sliced in half. Have you seen that part?
Yeah, that's right. And good gore in those movies.
Yeah,
really
gore.
good splatter.
Have you seen the most recent ones, like Wrong Turn 6?
They made. I think I saw the first 3.
Dude, there's a 6.
Jesus.
I only saw 1 and 2, maybe. If Henry Rollins is 2 or 3, and I saw this recent one at 6. It goes to dark places.
Really?
It actually got banned for something that like they made it and they canceled and recalled DVDs and shit and edited it afterwards.
Wow.
But yeah, it goes to some dark places.
Cool. I'll have to look that up while I'm recovering from my
Speaking
surgery.
of inbred,
Yeah. The Mountain Men in Deliverance.
yep.
Squeal like a pig! Squeal! And Crazy Ralph from Friday the 13th.
Of course, Crazy Ralph. Not the first time he's been on the list. Probably not the last.
Nope.
He was on minor characters and elderly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. And, you know, I mean, there's also one other one that we can't mention on the show anymore.
Yep.
Yep.
It brings to mind one thing. I'll mention because it's banned from you.
Yeah.
You can't talk about it.
That's how it works?
I can talk about it.
Okay.
And I thought of an idea. You know, 80s were some of my favorite horror movies.
Right.
Top 5 mullets that aren't dentists.
Okay.
Top 5 horror mullets.
Yeah,
that aren't worn by dentists.
I can think of 3 really good ones right off the top of my head.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a lot. Probably the longest honorable mention ever. Horror mullets. So my honorable mentions, starting off with Evil Dead 2, Jake and Bobby Joe.
Oh, yeah, Bobby Joe!
Bobby Joe!
There was something wrong with that guy's teeth. He was like missing his eye teeth or something.
He just had some meth mouth going on there. So
I wonder what that guy's doing right now.
I don't know.
Probably mad.
Probably looking at postmortemshow.com for the latest episode.
Yeah.
Or you can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, YouTube, and SoundCloud.
And then
make sure you click on that Amazon banner, just like Jake from Evil Dead 2 is probably doing right now.
What's he buying on Amazon right now?
Dentures.
Yeah, probably. He's buying a GPS so that he can track down Bobby Joe wherever she is.
He's buying crack pipes on Amazon Prime. Free 2-day shipping. All right. Robert Englund as the mayor in 2001 Maniacs remake.
Oh, yeah, he was good.
I love 2001 Maniacs remake.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Story,
that
chock
movie-
full of boobies,
Yeah.
comedy. It's a good movie.
It delivers.
My fellow deathmatch wrestler who bought me pizza, who's a cool guy, Madman Pondo, is in that movie.
Oh, yeah, that's
Plays
right.
the blacksmith. Yeah. Yeah, he's a cool guy. So then one of them, I don't know if you could call it a redneck because Old West is kind of redneck in general.
Yeah.
But the judge ghost in Frighteners.
Oh, yeah.
They don't call me the hanging judge for nothing. I like it when they lie still like that. I think he was on my minor characters.
Yeah.
R. Lee Ermey as the sheriff in the remake of Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
He was good.
He was
He's the best
scary.
part
He was
about
scary
those
as
remakes.
fuck.
Yeah. He's the best part about those remakes. And that's a scary dude in real life. You know, he's just a scary dude.
Yeah. He doesn't really act. He just is.
Yeah, he just is. Texas Ranger Earl McGraw from Dusk Till Dawn. That retard cooked up my food. I got sick. I got the shits. He's slinging hash back there. Shouldn't be employed. He took our jobs.
Those retards are taking our gerbs.
Foreign retarded people are taking our jobs. Jude Crandall from Pet Sematary.
Yeah.
It all don't go around now. It's Herman Munster.
That's right. That is Word Gwen, yeah.
Yeah, Herman Munster. John Shooter from Stephen King's Secret Window. You ever see Secret Window with
Yeah.
Johnny Depp? That was good.
Yeah, it was
I
pretty
thought
good.
it was one of the best adaptations he's had. And John Shooter, the guy who threatens that he stole his book and all that shit, he comes in.
Yeah. Stephen King writes some good rednecks.
Yeah,
Probably
he
has
does.
some experience with them living where he does.
Yeah, probably. Victor Crowley from Hatchet, like you said. Would have been my number one, but it was a TV show, so I couldn't put it on. But there's an X-Files episode called Home. It's season 4, episode 2 of X-Files.
Yeah.
The Peacock family.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's good. That's better than The Hills Have Eyes. That, to me. Those
Yeah?
ones. Yeah, they're great. So, Redneck Zombies from a movie. Eileen Wuornos in Monster. She's redneck as fuck. Sucking dick and cashing checks.
I've got a friend who had not seen Monster until very recently, and she's like super into Charlize Theron, and was like, I don't believe it's her.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's her.
Yeah,
like,
they
look,
made
look
her
at her neck. That's
Why
not
can't
her
you
neck.
just cast? You know, this is a total. What's wrong with Hollywood? They only, you have to be beautiful to be an actress, all this stuff like that. They give one of the hottest girls in Hollywood the job to play one of the ugliest people that have ever existed, and then use a bunch of effects to make her look ugly. Yeah. Why can't you just throw the ugly bitch a bone? Throw the ugly girl a bone.
Yeah, I'm
Cast
sure.
the ugly girl as the ugly girl. Don't get the fucking smoking hot girl and dumb her down.
Yeah, then every time we look at her being hot after that, we kind of we still see a little bit of Eileen Wuornos back in the back of our minds.
Would you? So it's a question though. If she was still wearing the prosthetics, you know what she looks like underneath.
Right.
Would you still go there?
It's like that Wayne's World joke with Garth talking about Mama on that show Mama's Family. Like, she's hot underneath, but she looks like a little old lady. Like, I probably would.
Yeah. Just say you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, the real Eileen Wuornos, would you go there? And then my last honorable mention, they were on yours, the Deliverance Rednecks.
Yeah.
Mine is actually the Banjo Kid from Deliverance.
Banjo Kid's awesome. Man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's just some kid they
strange
found.
looking. Yeah, and he's great at the banjo, and he's weird looking.
Yeah.
Very weird looking.
Yeah.
I think that he kind of reminds me of the kid in Gummo that's eating in the
Very
bathtub.
much so, yeah.
They got that same similar weird look. I don't know what the fuck that's all about.
Inbreeding or something.
Yep.
Well, the kid in Gummo was he was in other things though. Like he was in Road to Wellville when he was younger, so he's not some redneck they found.
Yeah.
That kid in Deliverance definitely was.
So, if there's anything we've learned on this episode, it's that Wyoming is a term for masturbating with one's feet.
Yep.
Deformed rednecks who are inbred play the best banjo in town.
Damn straight.
Anything else you want to add?
They took our Jerbs! That's what
I knew you were going to say.
That's what the ugly chick says about Charlize Theron.
Yeah. Charlize Theron. What is Theron? Is that Eastern European? He come over here, took our jab, took my ugly chick.
She must be a Muslim. She took our Jerbs. Terrorists.
We need to build a wall to keep Charlize Theron out of this country. All right.
Well, I guess that concludes this episode. So, as H.P. Lovecraft once said,
famous racist and redneck himself, H.P. Lovecraft.
yeah, infamous racist, said while lubing up the bottoms of his feet with some Vaseline. If it smells like fish,
Throw the fucker back
to Wyoming.
Throw it back to Mexico.
Over the wall.